Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some makeup artist freelancing tips that might help you guys. Maybe you are thinking about getting into freelancing. Maybe you're about to do a makeover on someone and you're not really sure how to make it go well. Or maybe you are just bored and want to watch this video. I was doing a makeover and it went very well. I was inspired to kind of make this video just to give some tips, pointers, refreshers on how to make your freelancing appointments go smoothly and how to be successful with them. I just want to make a quick little side note. I literally just got off of work. I'm so tired. All I want to do is sleep right now, but I tried to record this video last night and it didn't. I had it out of focus, so I'm redoing it right now. So if I'm looking a little ratchet, if something's out of place, or you know, I'm looking a little bit worn down right now, I am so sorry, but that's just how it's going to be for the rest of the video, okay? Alright, so let's get started into the 10 makeup artist freelancing tips that I have for you guys. So tip number 1 is skincare prep will make the outcome of your makeover 10 times better than when you don't use it. So I like to generally tone my client to make sure any dirt or extra makeup that they didn't get off is off. I like to go in with a serum for a little bit of deeper penetration, and then I like to go in with a moisturizer just to make sure they're feeling really plump, really smooth, really hydrated, and then I go in with my makeup. The foundation will go on a lot smoother. The foundation won't less likely to catch on to dry patches, things like that, and the total outcome is much better. Plus, clients love it. Like, they love a little kind of spa massage that they don't generally go to or get. So it's a really neat little way to start off your makeover on a good note with your client. Just giving them a little mini facial. They'll love it. Just try to include that. Even if you're just using one product, if you're just using a moisturizer, anything helps. Just try to get a little bit of skincare in there. Tip number 2, make sure you have a clear idea of what your client is asking from you. Always ask questions and always make sure that you know exactly what they're looking for, because if you don't do that and they're asking for one thing and you weren't sure but you didn't want to keep asking and you go ahead and do what you think they wanted, and it doesn't turn out to be what they wanted, it's gonna go downhill. So just make sure you're 100% on the look that they want. And if they want something that doesn't complement them, their eye shape, their skin tone, whatever, just make sure that they know that. Don't try to pull it off when you know it's probably not gonna work or you're not confident in it. Just let them know and be very transparent. I feel like that's a whole nother tip, but we'll just clump it into that one. Just make sure you know exactly what they're looking for. Tip number 3 is very similar to tip number 2. Ask for picture references if you can ahead of time. Those are going to help you out tremendously. This way you can really visually see what they're asking as opposed to trying to think of it in your head, because what they're saying to you and what you're thinking might be totally different, and then you go ahead and do what you're thinking and it's not what they're saying, and then it just gets really confusing. So asking for picture references is a physical idea of what they want, and you can see it right in front of you. So when you go in and do it and they don't like it, well, that's the picture you showed me. That's what I was going off of, okay? So you still gonna pay me this money, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be a thing where you feel like you're less of a makeup artist because you're asking them for pictures or asking them to bring in references of what they want. It's simply just so you have a clear idea of what they want and that you can execute it accordingly. Tip number 4. Frequently stop and check with your client to see if they're liking how you're doing things so far. Don't feel like you're annoying them, things like that, when you're asking, you know, how do you like this? How do you like that? It's better this way, just so as you go, you can fix things, as opposed to them seeing it at the end and not liking it and wanting to fix something that's very, very hard to fix and would have been easier to fix more during the time that you're doing it. I like to give my client a handheld mirror so they can watch me do what I do, and that way if they don't like something, they can stop me right away and we can fix it then and there. Or if you don't have one of those, you know, constantly have them check in the mirror to see if they like what you're doing. And this way the client can feel like they're actually customizing their look and that they have a say in their look, as opposed to you just doing what you think is right. And at the end, you know, they're revealed and they may or may not like it. It just gives a more personal touch to the appointment because your client feels like they're kind of customizing their own look. It can be very nerve-wracking to have someone watch you while you're doing it or have them watching you, but in the end, it's better that way. Tip number 5. This is a tip that is a little bit different than other ones, but I feel like it's notable and I feel like it's something that is like a trial and error thing that you learn as a makeup artist. Smoky to an everyday person is not the same as smoky to a makeup artist. I've learned this. I've watched other people do it and learn it. It's pretty funny when someone comes in asking for a smoky eye and you know that they don't mean a smoky eye. They just mean like a natural with a little bit of brown, dark brown on the outside. So just keep that in mind. When someone is asking for a smoky eye, make sure the type of smoky they're looking for. Like, are they looking for, you know, classic smoked out? Like, are they looking for just a little bit of natural, a little bit of dark on the outside? What are they looking for? So just make sure that's clarified because that can go downhill really fast if you don't know what kind of smoky they're talking about, you know what I'm saying? That takes me to tip number 6. This tip is pretty well known, but also maybe if you're just starting out, you might not know this. Please, please, please start off lightly and build up your product. This is like a huge thing that will save you a lot of headache in the end of your appointment and in your career. Start off light and build. And that pretty much goes for everything. That goes for like brows, you know, winged liner. Start off with the little wing if they want a wing, and then if they want more, wing it out a little bit more. Contour, anything. Just start off light, and if they want more, they'll tell you and you can keep building. The last thing you want is to do a intense contour or a smoky eye because you didn't ask them what kind of smoky they wanted or you weren't sure or 100% like we talked about before on the smoky eye, and you put a lot of smoke and all they wanted was a little bit. So that's why you just kind of gently put it on first. How do you like that? Going into one of our other tips. Oh, you want a little bit more? Okay, add a little bit more. How do you like that? Okay, we going a little smoky. You want a little bit more? Okay, we going smoky. You trying to do that runway look? Okay, and then add more as you know they see fit. So yeah, that's a huge thing. Start off light and build up your product. Tip number 7, be confident because these people can smell fear. Okay, they can smell it. Okay, so if you're not confident in your work and you're perspiring all up on your client, you know, when I do makeup appointments and I'm a little nervous, I start sniffling. It's really weird, but they usually just think I'm a cold. But try to pretend you're confident. Even if you're not sure, be confident about it. Maybe they're asking for a wing liner and you really don't know how to do a wing or you've never had success with it. You know, be confident about it. If you're gonna try it, so at least this way you're transparent and they know that you're not 100%, but you're confident about not being confident. If that makes sense. It'll work out in the future. Your client will be more appreciative if you know, be honest about things that you don't know, and it'll all work out in the end. Tip number 8, look the part, okay? There's been many times I've seen makeup artists, whether it's online or just in general, who don't put in their full effort for their face when they're doing appointments. I find that extremely like lazy. I understand that there may be some times where you're just really tired, things like that, but at the end of the day, you are your own brand and your makeup is a direct reflection of what you can do in your work. So if I'm having my makeup done by someone who looks like a ragamuffin, I'm going to be pretty upset and I'm going to question everything that they do on my face because, you know, are they gonna make me look like that? Like, because I don't see your talent on your face, so I don't know how my face is gonna look. So just make sure you're always looking your best when you have a makeup appointment. It's gonna work out better for you. Your client is gonna be more trusting and more relaxed when they know that you actually have some artistic ability because it shows directly on your face. Even the way you dress is a huge one too. If you dress professional, people are gonna feel like they're in a more professional setting, and in the end, you could probably bump up your prices a little bit more. If they feel like they're in a professional setting and you look like a professional, then they're willing to pay more, as opposed to someone who doesn't have any makeup on or has very little makeup on or is dressed in their sweatpants, like, you know what I mean? You know, you're your brand, so you want to look like that at all times. Tip number 9, this is a huge one, just because it has to do with people's health, and that's something you want to be aware of. Be hygienic, okay? Don't be a little nasty, you know what I'm saying? Be hygienic, clean your brushes, make sure your client can see you cleaning everything before you're putting it on your face, even if you've already done it. There's been times where I've gone to get a product, I've cleaned it, and I go back to my client and then I clean it again in front of them just so that they know that it's clean and they have nothing to worry about. I'd be pretty nervous if I saw someone grab a lipstick or whatever, knowing they've used it on other people and I didn't see them clean it. I'm gonna be questioning some things there, okay? So even making a slight little comment before you start, like looking at your brushes. Oh, my brushes are all clean. Okay, we're ready to go. Like things like that, so they know that you're clean, because the last thing you want to do is give someone an eye infection because you were a little nasty and you got a little lazy and you didn't want to clean your brushes. And I can't think of anything worse. Like, I'd rather be exposed for being like a horrible makeup artist or doing something horrible on someone, even though that's not gonna happen, because, you know, I'm good at my job, you know what I'm saying? I'm good at what I does. But I'd rather be known for doing a horrible job on someone than be known for being unhygienic and not cleaning products. Like, that's disgusting, you know. Maybe with the makeup I had a bad day, maybe I'm just learning, things like that, but being unhygienic, like, that's gross. That can literally ruin you. So just make sure you're hygienic, okay? Because once that gets out that you ain't, I got nothing more to say on the matter. Tip number 10, try to be as personable as you can in any way you can. Don't have your clients sitting there, you know, this was a tip that I struggled with a lot because I'm not I don't know how to hold conversations with people. I pretty much suck at it. I can hold a conversation with my friends, sometimes. I can hold conversations with myself and my cat and my dog, okay? But it's very hard for me to keep up with conversations. When I think about it, I blank, but it's something I've come to learn how to do in my own way. So I am a humorous person. I like making jokes. So a lot of the times I'll make witty or funny jokes, and that's how I get my clients to loosen up. Maybe you are a huge talker, so that's perfect for you. Maybe you're sarcastic. Sarcasm is hilarious, so maybe use some of that. Like, just try to be personable in any way you can. I like to say, you know, no longer than 30 seconds to a minute of no talking with your client. And if they don't want to talk, you can see that, and that's fine. Even just complimenting things that you're doing. Maybe you're doing your client's eyes and you say, wow, you have beautiful eyes. Things like that. You know, did you get them from your mom or your dad? Like, just things like that, you know what I'm saying? This way your client is going to feel way more comfortable with you, talking with you, and they're more likely to come back. I don't know, but if it was me sitting in a chair, and that's how you have to think of it, you know, how would I feel if it was me and I was my makeup artist? If I was sitting in a chair and my makeup artist wasn't talking to me, wasn't engaging with me, and it was strictly like a transactional service, I probably wouldn't come back unless they like beat me to the gods, because I want someone that I can trust, I have a fun time with. When I'm sitting there for an hour, I want to be able to have a good conversation, some smiles, some laughs, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen tweets and things like that of people saying, you know, I'm just your makeup artist, I'm not your friend, blah, blah, blah. That is a horrible way to go about things. I've been working in the service industry for a very long time, almost too long at this point. It's very well known that you shouldn't be making any of your encounters with your clients, especially if it's your own business, transactional. Everything should be an experience. Everything should be something that makes the client want to come back. So just try to be friendly. Try to be, you know what I'm saying? This is your brand. Again, this is you. This is your brand. You want to make the best experience possible for your clients so they come back and keep putting money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, that is the 10 tips I have for makeup artists who freelance. If you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. All right, I am going to go take a nap because I'm freaking tired. It's hot out. Got me tired. I got bags under my eyes. I can't even see straight. I'm hungry. Okay, so I'm gonna go do all of that. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, and Goodbye. I forgot to say like and subscribe if you like the video. Like and subscribe. Don't forget, I love you so much. Like and subscribe.